G'day, it's Jamie, and welcome to Tantanoola Tigers. Today, I'm reading an old newspaper report about the first Tantanoola Tiger sighting in 1881, 10 years earlier than first previously thought. This was published in the Adelaide's Evening Journal on Saturday the 31st of October, 1893, titled More About the Tantanoola Tiger. The Border Watch of October 28 states that further evidence concerning this mysterious brute's history has already converted some skeptics, and from the nature of it will probably persuade more. The additional information is supplied by Mr. R.T. White of Section 235, of Hindmarsh. In the presence of a watch reporter and other gentlemen, Mr. White said that about 12 years ago, just before winter, he was out in his paddock at the edge of the tea tree at about 11:30 at night. His dog began barking strangely, as if in fear, and then he saw about a chain away the cause. The night was very clear, and the moon was being almost full. He distinctly saw a large animal, larger than a dog, and much longer, and with a striped skin. He stood still till the animal passed on. Such an impression did the adventure make on him that he purchased a rifle, lest the same experience should again befall him. He said nothing of the matter at the time, on account of very natural fear of being laughed at. It was about this time, only earlier in the year, that the St. Leon Circus was travelling the district with 2 tigers, an old one and a cub, and a further statement by Mr. White points to the conclusion that one of these tigers may be connected with the one seen by him. He says that a Mr. Edgecombe, in talking to a circus hand about the same time, asked why they were so long between Mount Gambier and Robe, and the man replied that they had spent 2 days searching in the scrub for 2 tigers that had gotten away between Old Mount Burr and Grand. If the story told by Mr. Edgecombe is true, there is no doubt but that the Tantanoola people have some cause for being alarmed. It is said that it would be the interest of the circus people to keep the loss of their tigers quiet, and that is why more was not heard of it at the time. It has been suggested that the very thick tea tree in that district, in which it is supposed that the tiger has his lair, should be burned during the summer, and this may be acted upon there. And so this is really interesting, this. So this is in 1881, and the previous first sighting of a Tantanoola tiger was in 1892 by a stockman that saw one. So that's like 11 years earlier. And so this bloke, Mr. White, he's out in his paddock at 11 at night. He said his dog began barking strangely as if in fear. And then he said in the moonlight he distinctly saw a large animal, larger than a dog, and much longer with a striped skin. And he stood still while it went on, and then he went out and bought a gun. So I'd love to know what he saw, because it must have given him a scare, because it must have been pretty big. And then he didn't tell anyone because of fear of being laughed at. And then this is the really interesting part to me. He mentioned St. Leon Circus and why they were so long between Mount Gambier and Road, and the bloke said that they had spent 2 days searching in the scrub for tigers. It's interesting, and they don't mention whether they got them back or not. They said that they did, that had got away, and so they don't say whether they got them back or not. And I've yet to find any reports of an actual tiger escaping and not being caught. Everyone has been caught that's escaped, but it's interesting the paper, even because I say this all the time, and the paper said it, it is said that it would be in the interest of the circus people to keep their loss of their tigers quiet, which I would too. And then this is the really interesting part to me, because of what he said. Not only did he say it got away from the circus, but he mentioned St. Leon Circus. And the really interesting thing about St. Leon Circus is these 2 incidents are after the fact of this sighting, right? But in 1884, St. Leon's Circus lost one tiger at the Richmond River between Broadwater and Woodburn and got it back. And then in 1887, they lost two tigers at the Barwon River between Berowra and Walgett and got them back. So him mentioning that circus and that the supposed tigers escaped from that, and then they've had on two other occasions then that they've lost circus animals, but they got them back. So what are they seeing? Did he see a actual Bengal tiger, which is really interesting, or did he see a thylacine or a thylacoleo? And the reason I mention them two is the amount of different animals that the Tantanoola tiger has been cited as. It's like 4 or 5 different creatures by the descriptions. Some are small, some are big. Some have got stripes, some haven't. Some are dark brown, some are a lighter colour. So it's interesting what it was. And was this the original Tantanoola tiger? And was it a Bengal tiger? It is really, really interesting. Okay, that's it from me. I'll get back to you all next time. Bye.